thing I'm doing. What's good, Raph?
Shit, slow motion. How you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm chilling, man. Good to see you. It's been a minute.
Does it sound good? Like my basement ain't too crazy.
Nah, you perfect. You perfect. Yeah, you look like you working, man. Look like you working.
So this is where the lab is, man. My basement.
Ooh, that's the lab. Give him a second.
All right, man. We back.
Okay, cool. Nah, it's all good, man. So you said you in the lab right now. That's where you at.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we both in our labs. We both in our labs. That shit look crazy though, man. What you working on right now? What's in the lab? I know you. I don't want
Uh,
too much.
I'm just working on the JUS shit. Finishing that up right now. Just waiting for a verse from I can't say who, but waiting for somebody to send their last verse, and
Okay,
then
right there.
yeah, and then we gonna be ready to go. And that's about it. And then yeah, just finishing up all these projects and just tighten shit up. I got Fat Ray on deck. I got Never the Tiger on deck.
Man.
Me and Wolf is getting back finishing up our next shit. Like
Uh,
our as far as like me and him, because he got a couple other shits in the joint with some other producers. But yeah, that's about it. Really, just trying to stay busy.
you staying busy, man. You've been putting in a lot of work, man. A lot of work. Do you love all your work? Of course, you love all your work equally, but is there anything out there right now that you're like, I can't believe I did, or that came out crazy, or that comes to mind where it's like, yo, this came out crazy. Like,
Uh,
you don't know you.
I really like. I just put out this project with Shrapnel. That shit's really fire to me. Like, I really like how the
Facts,
production. I like how they was rapping on it. I think
facts.
that shit was really dope. But yeah, I mean, there's something like too crazy that I'm like, oh shit, about. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of fucked up to say, but it's like, once I put them out, I'm over it. You're not like over it in a bad way, but just like, all right, let's move on to the next thing. We can't, keep giving energy and time to that. We got to get next to the next thing. And like, I come back to shit and I'm like, damn, it's crazy. But like, right now it's just re-rolling.
Right, right. And I'm about to show my ignorance real quick. You did the Danny Brown theme, the
Oh yeah, for the podcast,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yep. Nah, that's like that shit stuck in my head, man. Like
Uh,
it's funny interviewing you. I want to play that shit. Just
yeah, man. Oh yeah, if you told me, I would have got the instrumental and shit.
nah, that's all. It just came up in my head just seeing you, bro. I wasn't
Uh,
even thinking about that shit.
oh yeah.
Nah,
Yeah, that
that
shit was that shit was lucky too. Like on some, I sent Danny a bunch of beats and so I guess he just decided to use that shit. And I was like, cool, fire.
that's how that should be. Hell yeah. You just work.
Okay, I think we back now. This
Nah,
should be
it froze a little bit, but it caught everything that you said. It just ran it back like
okay. Okay, cool.
Nah, so it seemed like you cool with collab, and of course that's a part of the process. You gotta work with other people. What's your what's your take on like just getting into the game and then just trying to like work with other people? Should you try to network? Should you try to keep it in-house? Because you kind of do both. Like you got your crew,
Uh,
and you kind of like
I
I know Shrapnel like you coming out with names and people where I'm like okay like you put me on like
Oh
what's
yeah.
your like
I think you should collab with people, but I also feel like you should build a foundation first for yourself. And so there's a reason for people to collab with you or vice versa. You want to collab with them, but I think I think everyone you should build a foundation, like let people know this is what I'm doing. Whether it's working with, people you're very familiar with or just putting out your own shit so people know, oh, okay, it's not just some guy hitting me up who wanna da da da. It's like, oh, this person's like putting in work and doing shit.
mm,
So I definitely think you need to collab, you need to network, you need to meet other people. You're doing the same show all the time, you're gonna get the same results. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta do different shit. You gotta link with other people, and then also, if you're trying to get your art and shit out there, that's the way to do it, man. Like, if you have the same five people copying the shit from you, it's not gonna get no bigger. They only know so many people.
mhm.
So you got to work with other people to get connected to other fan bases, and also it's a way for your name to get out there. And then also like doing shows and shit too is important.
you have like a real business mind with this. Like that's one thing that I've talked to a lot of producers, and you come off as like a label exec or something like that. Like, have you always thought about business and producing, or do you get lost in producing and then just kind of think of, because I don't even want to call everything business, but kind of like, you know what I mean? It's a way to turn into a business. Like, how do you
No, for sure. It's a hustle, but I don't think when I'm doing music, I'm not thinking about like, oh, this beat's gonna do this or this or even this beat's going to so and so. I'm just making music. I'm having fun. When we cross, once once we're getting to that point where we gotta start discussing business, but I'm not letting business be the first thing we discuss to even start the collaboration because then it's fucking it up. You know what I'm saying? Like
like,
you
yeah,
should want to make some dope shit, not because you think it's gonna make some money, but because you want to make some dope shit. The money will come. All that shit will come. If you're dedicated to your craft, you're dedicated to what you're doing. Yeah, that shit will come. So just focus on making good shit. That will get you the money. But you shouldn't be thinking about, oh, I'm about to cut this record with Squadda B. We about to get rich. I wish it was like that shit.
facts though, facts though. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed.
All right, thanks.
Far as you working it and working it and getting doing what you do, what's your take on activity wise? Like it sounds like you work a lot at it. It sounds like you doing this every day. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, what's the work ethic looking like for you right now?
I mean, like, I mean, like, in this shit, there's always something to do. There's never like you can just clock out. There's always something you could be doing, right? That's how I feel about it. So, like, I don't know, like when I'm in the little projects, I focus on a lot of mixing X, Y, and Z, or like getting the samples together, or
Mhm.
thinking of like all right, like if I'm in the middle of starting some shit, I'm thinking about all right, what beats, what is the soundscape for the artist or whatever, and then like figure it out from there, and then the process for that, like going forward, is even a little more different than just simply giving beats. But yeah, like I feel like damn, what was the question? I feel like I lost myself for a
Nah,
second. But
nah, I was just asking. Yeah, no, I
oh,
kind
the
of
work ethic. Yeah, just always some shit to do. So I don't know, man. Like I don't. It
yep.
just depends on what I'm on. But I'm always making beats. I try to always make beats, and I'm always just like there's always something going on. So I don't know. There's never like a dull moment. But yeah, I like staying in the lab. I like working. I don't mind. I can sit and listen to the same shit all day. So I don't mind this shit. I like it.
Definitely, definitely. What's your feel on like you in the lab and shit? Do you have like a favorite pair of headphones? Do headphones matter? Do the speakers matter? Like how does that play into your everyday? Because I see you say you're recording in the
Oh,
basement and whatnot. Like what helps you make sure you know your shit is hot within the listening sphere of shit?
I mean, I don't really need too much, man. As long as I got like some speakers and interface I can plug my laptop into, we can get it cracking. Like for headphones, like I don't, I feel like for recording, you kind of, I mean, I don't really mix or record with. I mean, I mix sometimes with headphones, but for the most part, like I just be off my rockets, and I know people are gonna get hot with me and all that shit. Like, but yeah, I like using my rockets, you
That's the
know.
one with the yellow in the middle.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
KRKs. Yeah, the
yeah,
KRKs,
yeah, yeah. Nah, I
And
know.
I get it. They're not the best. Like, look, I get it because like when we're at the Bruiser, we had the Yamahas. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that, and I see the difference. Like this is for like you want the bang, you making beats, like that's fun. You trying to mix, so it's like, but I'm so used to this using KRKs. Like I just know how to do what I'm supposed to do with it. But
Yeah,
yeah, I don't need too much to get it cracking, man. Like it's not
definitely.
really. It's not about the equipment. I feel like it's really just about like it's not about the journey, it's the destination, the final product. It's not how you made it, what you used to make it, is what does it sound like when you're done. So
Definitely.
you don't need too much just to
Nah,
get it cracking.
that's facts. That's facts. But you are at an elevated status with speakers because I know people they record straight in the headphones and shit. Like shit for me. Like I record straight into my head. I know you might see something in the background, but like I record my headphones. So it's like, but like you said, because I understand like it's still gonna be mixed. It's still gonna get to a bunch of different.
Yeah.
Like I'm just recording my part, so it don't
And
really.
as long as it's a good take,
Yeah.
that's you give me some structure to work with. Like, look it, you know, if you give me a shitty take, that's I can't do nothing with it. Like you can't put lipstick on shit. It's still shit. You know what I mean? Like
when you say shitty take, you mean like the actual quality of the recording or like the take of the
Yeah,
performance?
not to take the performance. Maybe that's how you want to do it. I'm not in the head of the artist, but the actual quality of the recording. Because it's like if it's muffled, if it's like I don't know, like you're not enunciating, like there's nothing I can do with the EQ to make I can make it cleaner per se, but it might not have the same definition or X, Y, and Z. So it's about the quality of the recording, and then we can go from there. You know, Performance, like that's on you. I might have if I'm working with you directly, like I might have a couple things to say about maybe how you're attacking it or whatever. But outside of that, I let the artists handle that shit, and then we go back
I am
back
curious that, yeah, I don't mean to cut you off because you work with a lot of like
and
great
figure it out from there.
MCs. So it's like, is it often that you do have any opinions on people you work with take, or is that usually something that you really don't even have to think about?
Oh, sometimes like maybe I feel like you could give me a better performance. Maybe I feel like you could I don't know. There's definitely times where I'm like, oh, do that over or whatever. But it just depends on what's going on. Maybe the take was I didn't think the take was quality. Maybe you're coming at it low energy and I feel like it might be better high energy, or maybe vice versa or whatever. And most of the people I work with, they have no problems, saying, okay, if that's what you think, let me do that again. And it's better to have options. It's better to I feel like it's always good to have options, more records, more ideas, because then you have something to work with. Maybe you like this better, maybe you like that better, maybe you want to combine both. I don't know, but you have options. I think that's the best thing, because when we're in the process of creating, it doesn't not that I'm saying it doesn't matter, but we're creating, we're having fun. Let's just make as much shit as we can, and then we can start figuring it out and crossing our eyes and dotting our T's and really putting it together.
Yeah,
But it's good to have the pieces to do it.
more pieces the better, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Who'd you grow up listening to? I'm trying to figure out like who was some of
Like,
your folks, like the people who like really laid the foundation in your brain of what this shit's supposed to sound like, or how deep
oh,
you go, like your style.
yeah, like rest in peace, Shock G, of course,
Ah,
man. Easy Mo B, rest in peace, Doom, rest in peace, J Dilla, Madlib, Pharrell and the Neptunes, like I'm trying to think, man. Q-Tip, of course, can't forget, and this is no particular order. It's just off my top, man, off top of my head.
yeah,
Uh, Havoc, come on, man. Like, I'm trying to think. Like, damn, am I forgetting one? Like, those are the first few that come off my head real quick. That I'm like, this is
crazy.
yeah,
How you were
yeah.
hearing these people? Like you was watching TV, or like how'd you fall into a lot of these names? Because I had to do research to find out a lot of these people.
Oh, just listening to records and listening, just listening to this shit, reading the CD, who produced this. Because
Yeah.
I always like in rap and all this shit, I always care. I mean, that's why I'm a producer. I always care more about the production. Lyrics are I'm not taking away. Lyrics are very important. You're making a song for sure. But as a fan, I listen to beats sounding like, then I would be in for the content and all that stuff. But yeah, the beats usually will pull me first. So that's just listening to Tupac. You get into Shock G and Easy Mo B, right?
Yeah.
Mob Deep, you understand it's Havoc. You listen to the Tip, you're listening to the Tribe and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like Nas. Like, so I don't know, man. Just a lot of shit. That's why I like listening to growing up, and seeing who's producing what made me gravitate towards that shit more.
Yeah. Well, a good question to come after that is like, do you respect people? Do you have more or less, or you don't really care on the topic of respect for like versatility in producers? Like, do you see like having one style as like a detractor or something that's cool, or do you respect people who can make all type of different shit and like,
I I respect people that can make all kind of shit. I don't know if this is like a bad take, a hot take. Like I don't. I think it's cool to be versatile. I'm trying to do more shit. I'm trying to be involved in more shit. Like music is music to me. Like
hmm
genre is just a name, but at the end of the day, it's music. Like so. I'm trying to do as much shit as possible and be involved as much shit as I can be. And I think it's a cool thing if you're versatile. If you're able, like I have a style, sure, and I like it, like in what I do with my loops and stuff. But I plan on implementing my quote unquote style into everything I'm doing. So it's like I want to do all sorts of shit. I don't know exactly what, but yeah, whatever opportunities come my way, I'm not turning shit down with my collar. You know what I mean?
yeah, 'cause
So I'm
you
with
got
it.
different tempos and you like I've heard different things. Like it's crazy because I feel like in my head, you may have a style because like I was at the Bruiser House and shit, so I was hearing a lot of records that people were playing from you and shit. But it's like you got a lot of different type of shit. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how this goes with you because like
Yeah.
people like to typecast somebody. They're like, oh, he's this type of producer, he's this type of producer.
No,
So
I think it's terrible to put people in boxes. You know, and think about this. Think of some of your favorite artists. Their first album isn't the same as their like most current album, right?
hell
You
no.
know, motherfuckers grow, motherfuckers, get
Hmm.
inspired by different shit. And like, yeah, I'm a hip hop producer. All I do is listen to records and shit from all different genres, all different people from all across the world, all different styles of music. So I can't sit here in front like that shit doesn't influence or inspire me to make different shit. Of course it does. So I plan on trying to make as much different shit as possible. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you're making a lot of different shit. So like, how you stay organized within all this? Like, what's that looking like for you, man?
A lot of it's up here.
What's
Like
up here? What you mean?
yeah, like as far as like organization, like I like already know what I have to do and all that stuff. Like I don't know. So like on my computer, yeah, I have like
Oh,
files and folders and shit like that. But
I
like
got
as far as like tasks at hand and all that stuff, everything's organized in my head and what needs to get done and all that. But yeah, I mean, if like literally, I just have I just have one folder that has my name. And I break down all the folders via artists and sessions. Then within the artists, I break down the sessions via albums and projects or singles, EPs, whatever the
you.
fuck,
Okay.
features, and then
Yeah.
go from there.
That's huge. That's huge. Do you get into the iTunes and all that? Like where you make the playlist in the iTunes
Oh,
and shit?
100%, bro.
Oh,
I have so many dumbass playlists on my iTunes. From like making people like show set lists to like different beat tapes to shit I just put together mixes, whatever. Just a lot of dumb random shit. But yeah, but I don't count that as like I guess that starts as like the beginning of something that could be serious. But I just like putting shit together and whatever, just for fun.
yeah.
It might never see the light of day, but I just did it for fun. You know what I mean?
Right. Nah, I mean, I see his organization because like you can go to it. You know where it's
Yeah,
at. Like as a part of like,
quickly.
yeah, quickly. That's the name of the game. Do you believe in the cloud? You believe in
Fuck
music?
no, I don't trust none of that shit.
Oh,
I'm hard drived up. I got hella USBs,
that's the
hella
hot take.
hella hard drives. I don't trust none of that shit, man. Like great,
Oh
like
my
bro.
God.
All right, like this USB is half a terabyte. This USB is a terabyte. This USB. Hold on, where's the other
You
one?
got all of them.
This USB is a motherfucking it's a half a terabyte. Like I'm not. That's just on my USBs. I got hella hard drives. I'm not playing, bro. I don't trust none of
Yeah.
that cloud shit.
Oh my God.
No, you gotta have that shit. You gotta, and then if you're like an engineer and all that shit, like bro, all these sessions, all that shit, you gotta have full copies. You need to have that shit because like you might have a version one here and a version two here, and so yeah, you need to have mad storage space.
And you engineering shit too, so you know about that. Like yeah, so you ain't never lost no you I fault with you at fault. Like you ain't never lost.
Oh fuck no, fuck yeah, I've lost hella shit, dude. That's why I have hella like fucking USBs and shit now. I've lost
Yeah, you got every.
what bro, one of the first times I was recording Danny like for the Quantra project. Bro, I lost the session off rip. Like like bro,
Yeah.
day one of the job. I was like, oh shit. I mean, I found it, I figured it out, but
Okay,
like,
yeah.
what I'm saying? But no, it happens, no, for sure.
You
And
don't
like,
mind,
yeah.
like how does that happen? You don't have to get too into detail, but how does something like that happen?
And
People
just
won't.
not saving your shit correctly.
Okay.
That's how that shit happens. Moving files, moving shit around and not keeping the names the same. And
That's
yeah, dog.
yeah, changing the
It's
name,
shit.
different names, and yeah, I try to name
Yeah,
shit beat name like making it easy for yourself is a real thing. Like make
yeah, yeah.
it easy
Just
for yourself.
whatever system you have for you that only you need to understand. It doesn't matter because you're the one that's using the computer. You
Right,
don't
right.
need maybe like some universal system that like I mean, unless it's like other people that are working with you that everyone needs to understand. If it's just your shit, do it the way that makes sense to you. That's organized for you. Otherwise, like yeah, you're like screwing yourself trying to make shit so you know homeboy over here understands. And forget him if he's not touching the computer.
So how many times you feel like you buy a USB a year? Like you buy like one a year, like maybe like you have to, or
Maybe
you,
like 5 or 6 a year. I mean, not because I fill them up. Sometimes I be losing. Well, sometimes I lose shit. Sometimes I like, I
like,
like to have multiple copies of things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah.
that's what
But
came up.
and on top of this, I'll say this, bro. Like USBs are getting iller. Like I said, I got half a terabyte on one, a terabyte on another one. Like, bro, like what?
It is getting,
And
yeah,
I got 2 half terabytes. Yeah, and that's like, bro. So
it's just
that's like,
expensive. Yeah,
yeah,
they get more
yeah.
accessible now.
I mean, as far they're getting cheap for like I think the 1 terabyte joint is like was like $80, and it's like USB A and C, so you can go between
Uh,
both
yeah,
joints.
yeah. Amazon Basics, yeah. Damn, it's some real shit. You kind of fucked my head up on that one. Whoa, where do I go from here? Hold on. Man, motherfucker said, I do not trust the cloud. Oh, you froze up. Okay, cool. Yeah. So I mean, how deep does that go for you though? You really just don't upload nothing to the internet? Like how deep?
No, the cloud, yeah. What? No, bro. I keep all my files. Like, listen, the only thing that the cloud has of mine is like my stupid iCloud shit on my iPhone, which is just like your contacts and whatever. And even that, bro, I have a hard copy of like my phone. Like, bro,
Okay,
what are we
cool.
talking about, man?
Yeah, I
Like,
was
no, I don't.
like, how do you have pictures up on your iCloud, but you don't trust the
No, I
music?
don't pay. I don't pay for that shit. You get like that free like 5 gigabytes or whatever. So it's
That's
just like
great.
the most
Okay,
minimal shit. Like my note. Like, man, it's nothing important. Like I would never put anything of value on the cloud.
okay.
It's not even like files, even my personal information. That's no, bro. What are we talking about?
That's I love that. I need that type of content right there, man. I
Yeah.
need that type of message because I'm kind of like the opposite. Like I'm not super trustworthy with this shit. Like there's certain shit I know I wouldn't even play with, but for the most part, it's like, it's easy. It's accessible. It's right here. It's you
I
know.
like to be able to touch shit. You know what I'm saying? I can touch my hard drives. I can touch my USBs. I know my information is there. I don't know who's running the clouds. I don't know what's going. I don't want some situation. Oh, bro, we lost your shit. Like, no,
Yeah.
no, bro.
My thing is like, so I'm glad you figured out your shit. So I'm not even poking at your shit. He's like, you
Okay,
figured.
you're good.
But for me, it's like, yeah, I would be scared of like losing my shit. Like I've lost hard drives. I've gotten hard drives stolen. I've gotten like first time going to
Oh,
Toronto, shit taking out the shit, big ass shit's like gone. They don't know
no,
what to do with it,
bro,
but
no, bro. That's why you gotta. I'm not
multiple.
saying that's not a
But
thing. Multiple, yeah.
yeah, that
Bro, I have one hard drive that stays at the crib that I use to back up all this shit, and I know that never leaves the crib. That's it. It's my backup for my computer. That's stayed. I update my shit every couple months. Fill
that was my
whatever,
question.
back it up.
That was my next question. I was like, so when do
I'm
you
terrible about back. I'm terrible about backing up. Like every couple months on a whim, I'll be like, oh, I guess we should just. I've done enough shit. Like I should be doing it every project, but yeah,
yeah.
every couple months because I'm lazy. But yeah, I definitely have just one hard drive that has all my computers, and that's what it does. No other purpose.
I love that, man. I love that because that's like that's like the hot take type shit. Like that's the shit where it's like you don't hear a lot of that. You got to actually be like of a certain age to really be pushing that shit. It feels like because it started with hard drives. It started like when I go to big studios and shit, like from the old school, like they're big on the hard drives, three different ones, like three not different ones, but three of the same shits. And
Yeah,
yeah, that's crazy.
bro. That literally that's like I mean I guess I was gonna cut what niggas had told me, and then also just being in the studio and experiencing like yeah, bro. It's better safe than sorry. You didn't spend all this time working on a song, album X, Y, and Z for something to get corrupt, something to happen, and now you don't have it or whatever. The session's not good, and
Mhm.
yeah, you're like, fuck. Now we have to recreate the magic.
Okay,
It's not fun.
speaking of creating the magic, how long does it usually take? Do you have like a time thing in mind where it's like if it feels right, it feels right, or do you make sure to put a lot of time on it, or like what's your philosophy on
Like
that?
what? As far as like a
Beat,
song or like a
beats,
beat?
straight beats, straight beats.
Oh, it doesn't take too. I mean, all right, man. It's like weird. I don't personally, unless the beat comes out, none of my beats are ever done. I
Yeah,
don't. I'm always You know what I'm saying? I'll go like I might go back to a beat I made 6 months ago and like add like a snare to it. Or I don't know. Just do something, like until it officially is about to come out or someone's rapping and using it or whatever. I'm always touching stuff. I might not come back to it for a while, but I'm always adding or messing with or changing like, I don't know, mix on it or whatever. So nothing's ever officially done. So I mean, when I make a beat in the moment of like making the beat on my computer and shit like that, that might take me like, 10, 20 minutes and I might bop for like another 30 or so, just vibing to it, maybe making small changes in that time and then be on to the next joint, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I just keep doing that until like, someone's like, oh, I'm rapping on that shit. Then we go and like sit down and like, all right, let's build it out. Like let's make an intro, let's make an outro, let's do
Okay.
this shit.
Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. Cause it's like, I don't know. I just feel like, yo, I could just be making. Yeah, I don't know if you caught that. I said I'd rather just make like,
Blessings. I could
oh,
be.
oh yeah. I said I'd rather just maybe, I'd rather like fucking make like 10 more loops than like, sit down and make one
Yeah,
full song,
yeah,
because
yeah. From
who
a,
knows if I'm gonna use that song, you know what I mean? That little full production I just made, So like, when it's something's gonna happen, all right, then I'll like fucking finish it.
that's real. That's real. I feel the same. I have a question. It may be a little controversial. How do you feel about drugs? Because I smoke a little bit. I do a little thing
Oh, like in like what sense? Like what like in the studio? Like what do you?
and like to
I don't care. Like as long as you're,
yeah.
huh?
Yeah,
To
in the
do what I'm
studio to oil up to get, you
Oh,
know,
I don't really care. Like that's like as long as you're a good person and you're here to handle business and whatever, that's that's your prerogative. Now, like if you're fucking up your life and shit like that, like yeah, I'm gonna speak on it and we go have to talk. Like, but if it's recreational, I don't do your thing, man. Like I'd be smoking, I'd be drinking. Like, what am I? Who am I to tell you? And as long as you're handling your business, what can I say?
right.
You
Do you
know.
like it
So
harm your productivity as a producer if you get too deep into it, or do you feel like it helps? Like how do you
oh, uh,
the producer?
definitely drinking is a slows me down. It's not nothing's going to be like no. So I don't really drink when I'm making beats or any of that shit. Like no, because I'm about to be sloppy, lazy. I'm about to be over it. That's the when I'm a lot of doing technical shit with my fingers. I'm drunk. I'm over that shit, dog. Like, but no, I be smoking this shit. I like that, But yeah, no drinking for real. Like if we like, all right, no, like if we recorded and making it happen, like yeah, I'll drink with you all that, da, 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 da. But if I'm like gonna sit and make a beat, no, the beat's not gonna happen if I'm drinking. It's just not happening. I'll make a thing or two, but then the productivity is gonna taper down with more drinks.
Yeah,
Direct correlation.
I wonder if that's a thing with like producers and rap. Like you could rap while drinking, but you can't really sit down and like,
No, looking at the screen, clicking on.
yeah.
Oh, over it, dude. Like this gonna make me feel sick, dog. I'm straight.
God damn, I can't pay attention. I feel sick. That's
Yeah, bro, that's good. Yeah, and then no crazy shit either because I can't focus. So it's not gonna happen. Like, so yeah, I try to not do too much. You know what I'm saying? Because I gotta be in the headspace to be able to operate and move.
crazy.
And then especially if you're engineering shit, you can't be getting too turned up, even if you want to, bro, because you got
Yeah,
to make the music happen.
right.
Even
Yeah,
if it's like, yeah, we got to stay here, we turned up. I got
yeah.
to be like, all right,
Now
you
you an
know,
engineer though. I don't know if people really know like you like real deal engineer. Like
I mean, I don't know if I'm a real deal. I just know how to do what I want to do for me and my homies. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, cause I mean, yeah, I didn't go to school for none of this shit or none of that shit. I just picked the shit up and just started, going for it. So, I mean,
mm,
I'm learning every day. I wouldn't say like I got it down. I'm learning every day, all the time. And especially with working with different people and different situations, like yeah, it's different. Where say I'm working with the instrumentalist, that's not the same way I'm gonna mic up and get shit together as like I'm working with a rapper or whatever. You know what I mean? So learning all that shit, it's different for sure.
yeah, I mean, what keeps you into it? Like not saying it's your favorite thing to do, but what do you enjoy about like engineering? Like what do you appreciate from
Oh,
learning the things that you're learning through engineering and shit like that? Like
Oh man, a whole lot. Like, I mean, I enjoy the engineering part because more 9 times out of 10, I'm usually working on my projects. It's all this, so it's not like, I'm doing stuff for like, nothing. Like, it's all going towards the overall end goal of making good music. Um, so I don't mind that part. And then engineering, like, yeah, just learning, like, like sound, like literally learning about sound and like, learning about like, mics and like how to I don't know, man. Just learning about literally just learning about sound, man, and how to make shit sound good, how to get the best out of people, how to make that shit sound fire, bro. That's the best thing I can say I'm learning from engineering, just how to make shit sound better.
Yeah. Is there anything you're excited about sound wise that you're like trying to improve in your whether it's in your mixes or your beats or
Yeah, my fucking bass lines are crazy. I'm trying to and like makes the record sound too clean. 'Cause I want my shit to be dirty, but just figuring that out because I'm sampling from all sorts of different records, and nothing's the same. You know what I'm saying? Even the style, like even when I say the same, like not even just the music, but literally like the quality of the record. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like some shit might be mad dusty, some shit might be brand new and pristine. So the
Uh,
sound qualities are going to be different, right? And then
uh,
maybe what if you're ripping shit from YouTube? That's a whole other thing, So just figuring out how to maneuver around that shit and make it better, and finding that balance between that like making the records like making the production sound good and complement the vocals on it, find
mhm.
that good balance.
Yeah, so you're mastering the bass lines right now.
Yeah, I mean I got it down, like as far as making the bass lines, just trying to get it sound, because there's that battle, right? Trying to find the middle ground for the vocal to sit while the bass is like I'm not taking too away much tricks. I like my shit to bang, you know what I mean? So the record not banging, I'm not about to be happy. So it's gotta like bang.
This is interesting because I've always felt like being a D like the producers who are DJs also, which you are a DJ, right? Like you do
Yeah.
producers who are DJs also are usually like the better producers that I've come across in my life. But you're kind of bringing a point to where like engineering is another crazy part of it. Like
Oh yeah, definitely.
engineer
Like
make you a better producer.
yeah, definitely because it makes you think about things that you would like. All right, like if you're just a producer that's mailing out beats and shit, like and then the rappers has his engineer, his sound guy, and they're figuring it out, and then all you get is that record back. You might not understand what it took to make that record, right? And not knowing that may not be maybe you use that information to help translate that to the artist, like yo, you could do this, and do that to improve the record, right? So I think understanding the engineering process is important, and also I think it's important for like your mixes, right? Knowing like how to get the best mix across because of the takes, maybe a good take you had or a bad take or whatever. Knowing okay, we got to do this, that, and the third, or take this to the post or whatever. And I think that comes with understanding. I hope that doesn't sound like too roundabout, but
No, no. No, I got lost in it.
see, that's
How
what I'm
long?
saying. I hope it
No,
wasn't too
it's not
roundabout.
roundabout. It's not. It made me want to ask you how long have you been engineering? Like when was the first time that you because and producing, why not? Why not? When did you start producing and when did you start engineering?
I started like producing like end of 2015, and then engineering like 2020. That's when I was at the Bruiser studio fucking working on these albums.
You started at the top.
I mean, I wouldn't say like that, but like I worked my way up a bit.
Yeah,
Like
I'm not saying it was handed to you, but
yeah, I
like,
mean, because it started with me doing Fat Ray shit, and
right.
then Fat Ray shit snowballed in me doing everybody else's shit. But yeah, that's how that really came about. Because before I was just like a nigga come in my crib. Like I said, all I got the interface, set up the speakers, and then put the mic up and let's go. And even then, like I wasn't even really recording niggas like that back in the day. I was just more so just emailing beats out. I didn't really have too many people I was working with on some rap shit. I was just
Yeah.
more so just making a lot of beats, and then and just mailing shit out to motherfuckers. And
Mm.
then yeah, and then Bob started Black Boy started inviting me to the Bruiser studio, and then we were just over there, and then just everything kind of snowballed from there.
Man, what made you yeah, so you say you started making beats at the end of 2015. What made you want to get into it?
Fucking bumping into Skywalker and shit. I was already DJing, and Cuz told me like, "Yo,
Yeah.
you should DJ, bro. You can DJ your own beats." And I was like, "What? I can make my own beats?" And then he's like, "Yeah, you can make your own beats and DJ." And like in my mind, like at that point, I was just thinking if I want the type of shit I want to do, like it's gonna make some like real hip hop shit. You need a turntable, a MPC,
Yeah.
get your vinyl collection together. Otherwise, that's it, ain't it? You know? And the nigga was like, bro, there's like different DAWs you can use your computer. I was like, oh shit. And then I started with Reason at first because
Same.
they was all using Reason.
Okay. Damn, in 2015. Okay.
Like, and then it was like, I was getting up from there. Ableton's the truth, man. Boy.
All right. It stopped at it had a big skip at they was all using Reason.
Yeah,
From
okay. They were all using Reason at the time. And then and that's why but then Sky's like, no, you know, get on Ableton, that I'm about to get on Ableton. And so then I got into Ableton. And then as I was learning Ableton for a minute, you know, niggas eventually went back to Reason, but I stayed on Ableton.
damn. It bounced back to your Reason though. Yeah, I
Yeah,
started.
I mean, well, technically, honestly, I think it was like he had got FL2 at the same time, and so he was doing FL. So he was Skylar was going crazy, man. Skywalker was going nuts.
He's still, yeah, he on his phone now. Like
Yeah,
shit on his
you
phone.
see, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying, bro.
That dude is crazy.
I yeah, I stay on my fucking shit. I stay on this shit, man. Ableton.
DJing. What got you into DJing? How long were you DJing?
Uh, I've been DJing like since like 2010,
Okay.
11 ish,
Yep.
like around there. Got me into DJing. Nothing really. I was just like, I just like music, and I was just like, oh, let me just start fucking around with shit. My cousin really, he ended up getting a tractor, and so he just started bringing that shit around, and so we just started fucking with it.
That's
That's
crazy.
really, I wasn't even on tip like that. Like he really brought the shit, and we're like, oh, I was like, all right, fuck it.
Okay.
And so we just playing, and then I just stuck to that for the tractor shit for a minute, and then yeah.
That's some environmental shit too, because y'all got a lot of places to DJ and shit like that out there, right? Like your
Oh
cousin
yeah, yeah.
shows.
No, he wasn't doing shit. He was
No.
just doing this shit because he just had it like liked it. And he was just like, yo, I bought this shit. I want to DJ. Da, da, da. And I was like, cool. You can come practice in my crib. We can fuck around. Da, da, da. And then yeah, I ended up doing it more than him. And that's the funny part. He let
That's
me end up. I end up borrowing that shit and playing that shit all the time.
that's my story too with producing. My cousin bought Reason, and I ended up getting the Reason from him, and just the rest is history. Like,
Oh yeah, fire.
yeah, that shit is crazy.
You
So
fuck with Reason more than like okay. No,
fuck,
you're like no.
I use Reason to get in the game. Like, I did the Danny Brown I Will in Reason. Um, I did a will I will probably like the second or third year making beats. So that was like
That's crazy.
first 2 3 years making beats was on Reason. Then I found FL, and that shit just could do everything I ever wanted in life. So
That's crazy.
FL.
Yeah, you know, I
People,
fuck with Ableton because of sampling, man. I fuck with Ableton because of sampling, bro. The way you can warp samples, like that's just the truth.
yeah, you got that shit down, man. I can't wait to see if you ever do it, if you ever allow yourself to do it, the real rhythm roulette. Like I can't wait to try to see how they.
Yeah, if they tap in, I'd be down, man. I mean, I feel like my rhythm roulette be a little boring, but it still be I'm down. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
trying to see how you make that shit, man, because that shit is crazy. Like being at the Bruiser house and shit, and being able to hear the beats that you were making and playing for everybody was just like, yo, this like some fucking like these are real deal. Like I felt like 2006 and 7 when I was buying CDs and like checking for the producers and shit and being like, yeah, it's a dope producer. Like I got brought back to that shit. Just
Hey, bless, man. I appreciate that shit,
nah,
dog.
real, man. Like you dope. I mean, you already know like the results speak for themselves. So it's like,
Nah, man, you dope too, bro. Nigga, Squadda motherfucking B, dog. Yeah, you be fronting, dog. You that humble pie.
hey
Yeah,
man,
dog. You crazy too, dog.
we here for you, man. Nah, real shit though, because like I feel like people, even people who just listen to the podcast, like you in their head every day. I did some shit for YouTube where like a lot of YouTubers could use my beats for free and shit, and it's in the system and shit. So it's like
Yeah.
I'll be running like I whack 100, say some crazy shit, and I'll click and it's my beat in the background and shit. And
Fire. That's
like
fire though.
all these people listening to my beats and don't even know it. Like so
No,
that
yeah, that's bro. Look at that's. I don't, I'm not doing this shit 'cause I want niggas to know who the fuck I am. I don't
right.
care.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
that's the dope part.
if you take the time to look into it and find out, fire. That's how I got to where I was at. I took the time to be like, okay, who's making this? Who's doing that? So if
Yeah.
you do that, fire. But if you don't know, I'm just happy listening to the music.
And that's why I'm hyped to get this interview with you. And it's like because yeah, people know. They know, but they may not know. Like
Yeah,
so
and it's
yeah,
okay. I'm not here to. That's not my job to inform. I'm just here to,
right.
just to be
Right.
like, yo, man, just enjoy the music, man. If you care enough to,
Yeah.
looking deeper, hey, kudos. That's the goal. Just kicking shit.
Yeah, we were almost close to wrapping up. Have you ever been afraid of feedback or like rejection? Has that ever been a thing? Have you
Uh,
always just been like, fuck it? Like,
yeah, because I'm fucking arrogant. Cause I'm like, you know what? You gonna say like that shit trash? I'm like, you know what? That nigga tripping. He don't know what he's talking about.
yeah, yep.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I take feedback and criticism, especially like if I'm working with people for sure. Like,
Mhm.
if like the artist I'm working with doesn't like a beat or wants me to change some or vice versa or feels a way about maybe we should move this or do that. All right, yeah, we working together. Of course, I want the feedback. I need the criticism. I want to make the best product with who I'm working with for sure. But
Right,
in general, like I'm not tripping about YouTube comments or things like that or whatever. I
right,
don't
right.
care.
Oh,
Like, but among my peers and the people I respect and work with, of course, yeah, I need that. Yeah, if that shit is trash, yeah, of course, I'm gonna take that to heart. I'm gonna listen to it and figure out, all right, how do we improve? What do we gotta do better? Because you're telling me that for a reason, right? But if it's like random internet shit, I don't care, dude. I'm not listening to a lot of that shit. But I will say this, perception is reality. If everyone is saying that shit,
you're
all
funny.
right. And you know what I'm saying? If everyone is saying that, maybe all right, maybe the shit is trash, you know what I mean? But if it's like, random little internet motherfucking trolls say I don't care, dude. I don't even read that shit. You gonna have to tell me you said some shit, bro. I'm over here working on new shit.
That's good. You just staying in the paint, moving forward. Because
Yeah.
you work with a lot of great MCs. Like you work with a lot of people, and you probably around a lot more people that I'm not even knowing. Because just went on JUS's Twitter and seen you in the group in the huddle and shit. I don't know the people in the huddle, but I'm like, yeah,
Uh,
you're around some.
I be fucking with people for sure. It's not no, I fuck with a lot of people, but it's just like I don't know. I'm just trying to do shit that I like and work with people that are good human beings and shit like that. I don't. I'm just trying to make some good shit, man. Honestly, because
Hell yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of like people are doing this shit for the wrong reasons, or people who aren't doing this with no intention. I'm making shit with intention. This is not. I'm in this shit for keeps, bro.
Nah,
This is not.
boom.
This is not some side hustle I'm gonna quit in a year or two. Like we're in it. We're in it.
Yeah, you already marked your ground, man. Like that's what I'm saying. The way I'm looking at this shit, I'm like, man, you got real estate, like for real, like great
Hey,
shit.
we trying to build it. We trying to build it out more. You know what I'm saying? Like just trying to like yeah. I want to eventually just keep making, just having the shit be more consistent, and just keep making more shit, and just getting the formula down more. It's not the making the music part, but just like the business part of it, learn, rollouts, things like that. Just getting that shit more down packed.
Nah, you real business centric, man. I love that because you got the Sleep Olympics going on out
Oh
there in
yeah,
Detroit. You got a lot of shit going on out there, man. Like it's
we
real.
like to dance out here, man. We like to dance.
Hey,
You
man,
know
that's the
what I'm saying?
environment. That's the environment, man. Yeah, y'all do. Even just the music that y'all play, just that.
Yeah,
But
you see, you from the Bay. You see, we
I
got a
know.
connection. You from the Bay, so y'all feel that shit. You go to other places, they be like, "What is
Decent
this?"
motherfuckers, man. Like for sure, for sure. And just like the same history of the music played in these places and shit like that. Like we could appreciate it for sure.
No, definitely.
Damn, man. I just want to say we are lucky to have you, man. Like the music world in general, like keep putting that shit out. We need you, man. Keep
Hey,
putting out some
thank you, man.
like keep inspiring everybody, inspiring me. You know what I mean? So That's what we
Bless, man. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate it. Thank you for having me on here, man. That shit means a lot, bro.
definitely. Maybe we'll have a part two at some time if I keep this thing going. But I just had to
Yeah.
grab some producers I know with the shit, man, and get their input.
No, most definitely, man. Thank you, man. I really appreciate you for reaching out. And then yeah, bro. And then also, man, you gonna be on the niggas who don't know, Squad gonna be on the new JUS shit. Keep on the lookout.
Damn.
And new Never the Tiger can be on the lookout. Yeah,
Never, man.
yeah,
Check out that Never shit too, because
yeah,
working on that shit for a minute, man. Like
yeah.
that's
And
hard.
even that's just making sure shit right. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
that like same like look at Fat Ray. Santa Barbara took 3 years. Like, all this shit takes time. Like if you want to do quality product, and put all the love and care you can into some shit because you can only put it out once. So
Mm,
do that shit right.
damn, damn. Man, we'll be on here for 2 hours, man, if we just keep going back and forth. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut them down and give you the super salute, man. Appreciate you coming in and dropping them gems because there's a lot
Hey,
of gems in this thing.
but hey, thank you, man. I appreciate you.
I'll go check out Raphy, man. Anything you want last notes before we get out of here? Anything you want to tell them people, man?
Shit. Yeah. Check me out. Check out Bruiser Brigade. Check Danny Brown out. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of projects on the floor, and me and Number Tiger coming through. Me and JUS and Keys got a project. Me and Fat Ray got a project. Me and Wolf got a project. So keep your eyes open. Maybe some beat tapes in between. Me and Remy Banks got some shit dropping next week. So if pay attention for that shit. And then yeah,
Yeah.
we out, man.
Hey, hold on. So Keys is on the JUS, so it's a JUS and Keys kind of type thing on that
Yeah,
album.
kind of like on some like Cuban links, Ray and Go shit. You know what I mean?
Shout out to
Like, yeah.
Keys. Keys is tough.
Quinn Namaha, the guy, for those who don't know, my fault,
Oh
people don't
yeah,
know what nickname.
my bad, bro.
No,
Yeah,
you good. We gang, so we know. We
yeah,
gang. They don't know.
yeah. Facts. Quitting on my
Yeah.
God,
Yeah,
man.
Quinn Namaha, the guy.
Quitting
Yeah,
on my
so
God, man.
and then we're starting to work on his next shit too, so that's just gonna be coming together. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff in the pipeline. It's just yeah, just gotta do it, you know what I mean?
Yep. Be safe, be healthy. It's a lot more I could talk to you about, and I do
Yeah.
want to, but another time, man.
Hey, most
We at
definitely.
it out there, man. We
Hey,
watch.
bless.
Bless up, bless up.